Welcome to Extras, part of the Drag Me to the Movies podcast. My name is Joe,
I'm Ned.
and in this episode, we're going to talk about streaming services, whether it's what their place is in the world, whether we like them, whether we hate them, what we subscribe to, how do we use them, a little bit of
Sure.
everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Ned, why don't you start us off? Why don't you name something you're subscribed to, and we'll see if we both are subscribed and what our thoughts are on it.
All right. One of my longest subscriptions probably has been to Netflix.
Yeah, same.
So that one, I mean, I was subscribed when it was still discs and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I was on and off when it was discs.
hmm
Like I never consumed enough movies, surprise, to get, the subscription service enough bang out of it.
Right.
But once it went digital and streaming, I don't think I canceled it ever. I'm pretty sure I've been paying monthly since it started.
Yep. All the price increases and everything.
I just love them.
I mean, generally, I have liked the service. There's definitely a few things I think they could be doing better, but it's been a pretty solid service overall.
Yeah, I there's when I look back, there's some things they've done that I think are uncouth to the subscribers, when they started that whole no sharing accounts thing,
hmm
how they handled that, I thought was pretty terrible. Um, I don't know, like I get why they did it because that was around the time they were transitioning to becoming a producer, a production company.
Yeah.
So, like, I get why they were doing it. They were trying to protect their IPs and all that, but I don't know. Like it felt gross when it happened,
For sure.
and
For sure.
I mean, but I've gotten over it. I definitely don't use it as much as I should. For as much as I'm paying for it, I
Yeah.
probably should back into more of a subscribe when I need it
That's
and
kind of
cancel
where
when I
I'm at
don't.
with a lot of these, where I'm like, it's hard for me to like go through the cycles of like, oh, hey, subscribe for a month, watch what you need to watch from it, and then unsubscribe. Like, it's just a pain in the ass to kind of keep up with that.
It is.
And that's
It is,
what they're
and
accounting on, really.
right, they want you to forget about it, and
Right.
that's why there's like a lot of companies like Rocket More or not Rocket More Rocket
Rocket
Money.
Money.
Yeah.
Have you used it?
Um, I know I tried to, but my bank won't connect to it. It's not one of the listed integrations.
Okay, gotcha. So it only
But I'm
looks
in
like
the
you're linking bank and stuff. I was curious how it worked.
right.
I never really looked into it.
Yeah, so I'm in the QuickBooks one though. I'm trying to remember what that's called. I'll try to pull it up on my phone, but they have a version of it. It's not it's not as good as Rocket Money as far as I can tell.
hmm
Like it doesn't report off on subscriptions too well. It relies on you to categorize like what you're spending your money on,
Right.
and it doesn't do a great job at it either because like I'll buy something on Amazon and it'll be like, you buy from Amazon often, that must be a reoccurring charge. It's like, no. No, stop. No, it's not. But anyway, we're not here to review that. Oh,
Right.
that is a subscription that I have.
True.
uh
True.
but yeah, but anyway, yeah, so Netflix has some solid stuff in there. There's a lot of good stuff.
hmm
um but it's definitely one of those ones I'd categorize as like, you got to hope what you want's on there
Right.
because things are dropping and joining all the time on that platform.
True. 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 All right. How about you throw one out?
Yeah, so these used to be separate, but now they're combined. Disney Hulu. So
Mm,
I get them both through a single subscription now.
yeah. Same.
I probably would have dropped Hulu if it weren't for it being bundled with Disney. Um,
Hulu is definitely
I
one
tend
that I've had an off and on relationship with.
to gotcha. Yeah, I've I may or may not have borrowed an account for the longest time for Hulu. So I was like no skin off my teeth, I guess, but I mean it's okay. Hulu is kind of my go-to for like if I want to watch a series that's on like ABC, or I don't know if that's the case anymore, but at the time, like anything that was on Fox or ABC and all that stuff tended, or NBC tended to go to Hulu. But again, I don't know if that's the case because a lot of those channels now have their own subscription services.
I
And that
think a
should just
lot
tell
of
you
them
how
still
often I
do.
go on Hulu.
Yeah. It just might depend on the seasons that are available or something. I don't know.
Right. And although I've seen too where like certain IPs are on multiple streaming services too. So it might be the case that what you find on Peacock or whatever might also
Hmm.
be on Hulu and also Tubi and whatever else is out there.
Right.
But yeah, Hulu is one that I don't ever just go in and browse or peruse.
No, it's always
It's more of
like
like,
something where I'm like, I know what I'm looking for. Does Hulu have it?
yep, yep. That's same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Which again, just a shameless plug on a recommendation that you made before. Is what's the name of the website? Just
Justwatch.com.
Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a sponsor,
that's been
but I
huge.
do love that service.
Yeah, Just Watch. If you're listening, and you want to sponsor us, you
Yeah.
should.
They did make a recent change that I find not to be the
Uh-oh.
greatest.
They're not going to sponsor us now.
No, I mean, I just think the UI, they made changes. They tried to make it clear, but now there's like a sponsor thing worked in there and they changed the look of it. It's not as intuitive as it was to me.
Okay.
It still does what it needs to, but it's like pulling teeth to find it correctly.
Ned's pissed.
I'm not happy about it. No.
He's pissed. Just Watch. What are you doing?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So what about you? What's the next subscription service you use?
So yeah, I think there's one that I wish I would have used a lot more frequently when I first discovered it, but I moved away and wasn't a regular user of it. I definitely am now, and I kind of regret that I wasn't sticking with it the entire time. But Letterboxd, it's great for me to go out there, log movies, know when I last watched something, what I thought of it, if I recorded any review on it. But yeah, that's been a great service for me. You use it?
Okay. What do you get out of that? I don't really know Letterboxd other than like logging my films.
So I guess for me, there's a few things. Number one, I can create my own lists and share those with people. So if anyone's looking for movies, I can do that. I can also add to a watch list. So there's movies that I want to see that I haven't made time for. I can make sure I jot that down and have it remembered there. And then they also have a nice little feature when you go to a list where you can shuffle it. And I use that sometimes to discover movies to watch. So as I build up that watch list, I can hit shuffle and, that top row of 5 movies or whatever it is, I pick one of those and potentially watch it if it's available. So there's that type of thing. Plus, obviously I don't always have the best memory of what I thought about a movie. So going back and seeing like, a score of 3 out of 5. And then if I do rewatch it again, sometimes that score changes. So it's like, as I mature and get older, does the movie change and its impact on me? So there's just stuff. It's almost like a little journal for me, but movie specific.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a very good subscription if you're like a movie head.
For sure.
Which you definitely are.
Yep.
And I mean, we use it quite extensively as well for the podcast, which has been helpful. Which if you're watching this on YouTube, I don't know if you have them linked in
I do.
Spotify. Do you have them on Spotify too, or just
Yeah, Spotify
YouTube?
pulls the description from the podcast, and I also put it into the YouTube description.
Okay, but where I was going though is you have your social for Letterboxd.
Correct.
Listed.
Yep.
So yeah. So is that what you were referring to as well?
Yep.
Oh, okay. My bad. So yeah. So you can go see what Ned's been watching on his own time as well, and what I've been watching on my own time. Which Ned will be putting a lot more than I do, but yeah, he's very active on there. So if you're interested and can't wait to the next episode to see what to watch, you can go check out Ned's Letterboxd.
For sure. All right. What's another one you have?
Yeah. So this is a recent one for me, but I've really liked it so far. I mean, the catalog's very small at the moment, but it's Apple TV.
Okay. Yeah.
I got it for Ted Lasso. Still working my way through Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is a phenomenal show.
Nice.
It ranks up there for probably like one of my all-time favorites. So
nice.
Really good. It's a real good feel good.
I also just recently picked that one up. I haven't had a chance to dig into Ted Lasso. I definitely have been hearing a lot of great reviews about it. I picked it up for Severance. I had a group
Yeah,
of
now
people that I was watching it with.
that's that's where I want to go next is Severance. So I'm going to keep it around. Like I fully intended to get it and then drop it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I once I'm done with Lasso, I'm going into Severance, and then once I'm done with Severance, I'm going to go into the one what's the one that's like about therapy with Harrison Ford.
Shrinking?
Yeah, I think that's it. I want to watch that next.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah, there's a lot of originals on there, and they seem like they're pretty high quality from what I've seen so far. So,
Very nice.
and then I also just had somebody recommend Murderbot to
I've
me,
not heard
so I got
of
to
that
watch
one.
that. Yeah, apparently it's something about a robot that all he wants to do is murder, and it just follows that along.
Hmm. Murder,
So yeah,
murder.
yeah.
Nice.
So what other subscription service do you have?
One I have for myself and a friend that I pay for it, Peacock. And when I say I buy
Okay.
it for a friend, I actually buy. I have two accounts. One's for him, one's for me.
Oh, nice.
My friend, he's really big on WWE wrestling. So
Mm,
since everything is over under that now, like I was paying for the separate WWE service at one point, but they merged with Peacock, so he has access to that plus everything else. So
what a good friend.
yeah, I try to be. But he enjoys it. I always find it nice to go out there, and I'm pleasantly surprised with the movie lists that they have out there, especially from a horror point of view.
Very cool. Yeah, I also have Peacock. I think I have Peacock through my internet provider. I
Okay.
don't actually pay for it. I don't. That's another one. I don't necessarily go looking for stuff. It's sometimes it's on there, or if there's like a episode of something that I watch and I missed it, I'll use that as well.
Fair.
For any of the NBC shows, but yeah, it's not one of my stronger ones that I lean to, but it's I have a subscription. Again, it probably should be one that I cancel in between uses, but
Mm-hmm.
I just can't be bothered sometimes.
Fair.
All right. So next for me, would be Prime Video, and that's strictly because I have an Amazon Prime account
Same.
for 2-day shipping on Amazon.
That's primarily why I
Uh,
have it too.
yeah. Again, it's I don't go looking for things on Prime. If it shows up in a Google search that's where I gotta go, then I'll go there.
I mean,
Um,
there's some good stuff out there. I do watch somebody on YouTube who makes like kind of weekly recommendations,
okay.
and he usually covers like Tubi and Prime and Netflix and pretty much every single one you can think of. But if you're looking for someone to check out, Flick Connections, he just goes through and rattles off a bunch of shit that you can go watch. So I'll
Okay.
try to link him on YouTube if you're looking for another source for movies. I do check out the ones he throws out every once in a while.
Okay. And I guess I shouldn't be so harsh on it either because I did watch Invincible, and that's a Prime exclusive, and I
Hmm.
watched Reacher, and that's a Prime exclusive as well. So
Right.
there are some that I have watched, and I know they have some other big ones like The Rings of Power. I couldn't get into that though. Uh,
Yeah, we started that, but my wife and I we couldn't get through it.
yeah, I'm the same way. It was kind of boring to me, but I know it's popular, so I don't want to shit
Hmm.
on it.
Sure.
So yeah, what else, Ned? What are we missing?
I'm gonna throw out. I am an AMC A-lister. That's something I picked up as a
Oh yeah.
subscription. It's been great to go and see movies. They've upped it that you can watch 4 free movies a week. I find it challenging just to get there for 2 in a week.
Hmm.
But it's nice to have that option. I've definitely taken advantage and done like a double feature on a Saturday sometimes. So that's
Nice.
been kind of nice. I debate whether I could actually pull off a triple feature, but that's sometimes a little bit more challenging with the schedule and show times.
Yeah, it's a bit of a marathon.
Yeah, but I might give it a try someday.
Cool.
Okay, what about you?
All right. So, Max. I have a subscription to Max.
HBO
And I
Max,
believe,
because they reverted
yeah,
their name again.
I know. Isn't that something? I don't pay for it. I'm pretty sure that's in my phone contract that I get Max.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So that's included as well. Um, I don't necessarily go looking at Max either, except for like House of the Dragon now.
Yeah.
Um, but beyond
Max,
that, I don't necessarily go there. But Max has a lot of like movies.
they have a great
So like
catalog. I usually like find something easily out there that I want to watch.
I would say probably 40% of the time when I'm looking up at justwatch.com, it's taking me to Max.
Hmm.
So it definitely has a big catalog. So I don't hate that I have a subscription to that one.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, what else?
All right, I guess the rest of the stuff I have is mostly just like stuff I use. So I don't know. I'm just gonna rattle them off real quick, and we can talk about if you use any of them.
Sure.
1Password, Radar Omega, Discord, Dropbox, and Google Drive.
Okay. I have YouTube Red, I guess, if that's still what it's called, or
Okay.
Premium. I'm not sure
Yeah,
what they call it anymore.
I had it at one point. I don't now.
Yeah, I have it because I don't like watching ads. And
Yeah,
then
it is annoying.
I also use YouTube Music, which I wish it was so much better than it is. I
I've
hate
given it a
YouTube
try.
Music.
I cannot stick with it. I like Spotify better.
No,
which
I need
is
to go
my
back to
other one.
Spotify. It makes me upset. Anyway, there's that. I also have OnePass like you do.
Nice.
I have If This Then That. I have a subscription to that.
I've used that before.
What else do I have? If I go back to YouTube, I have the Gemini subscription for the
Okay.
Pro
Nice.
because I use that a lot of work and I also like how it works overall. So I have that. I have Google Drive as well to back things up. There's probably some other stuff that I'm missing. Oh, Twitch. I have Twitch. What's it called? The thing where you don't get ads on
Turbo?
Twitch. Turbo. Yeah, I have Twitch Turbo as well.
I have that plus a couple of subscriptions.
Yeah. Yep. So I when I say I don't like ads, I really hate it. And just to bring that up
Understandable.
as well, I hate that they're adding ads to subscription services that we're paying for. I
Right.
hate that. I hate it so much. They need to knock that shit off.
That's
It's
one of the
not
reasons why I
cool.
don't like Hulu either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So let me ask you one more thing.
Mhm.
This isn't necessarily streaming, but it's I think streaming adjacent or subscription adjacent. Where do you primarily buy your movies or rent them? Like, so sometimes when we watch a film, they don't have them for streaming. Like Fast
Mhm.
and Furious, the Fast and the Furious. When we watched that one last week,
Right.
that was not streaming anywhere, so I had to rent it. So
Yeah.
I typically default to YouTube. I'll rent it through YouTube.
Okay.
Where do you go?
It depends. Primarily, I am on Vudu or Fandango at home, whatever you really want to call it.
Yeah.
If they don't have it, I'll check out Amazon Prime or there. I typically don't have a lot from Apple or YouTube or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
I typically will buy through Fandango at home. But I don't know why. I usually throw my rentals at YouTube. I sometimes too through like through the Google App Store, I get like reward points for spending money on apps and stuff. And
right.
so I can use that on movie rentals at times. So I guess that probably gives me some incentive to keep going back to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah.
Cool.
So that's a lot of subscriptions we talked about.
Yeah, and I probably have a lot more that I'm not paying attention to.
Same. Yeah, that needs to stop. I really need to get a control of this because it's each of them don't seem like a lot of money, but they're all
They
nickel and
add up.
diming us.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Nice.
So
yeah, are there any subscriptions that we missed that you're subscribed to we should check out? I know I was subscribed to Shudder at one point in time because I like horror movies, but it just wasn't having enough content for me to stick with it. So, but yeah, we'd be curious to hear.
I hop on Crunchyroll occasionally,
but
it's not one that I keep. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, let us know. Where do they let us know, Ned?
You can let us know on Threads and Facebook at To The Movies Pod, or now on YouTube at
Hell yeah,
The Movies Pod, where you can leave comments on this video.
Absolutely, and you should do it. While you're there, you should also like the video if you enjoyed it. Give us a subscribe as well. I'm not going to tell you to ring the bell, but ring the bell. See what I did there? Anyway,
he did it.
we're still on podcast apps as well, so we didn't go anywhere there. So like the podcast episodes there, give the podcast a rating. We'd greatly appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending your time with us,
Yeah,
listeners
the next episode
and viewers.
is the proposal. So if you want to come back for that, but yeah, thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for the discussion, Ned. You have a good one.
Yeah, thank you as well. You have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.